These are the plastic bags from the delivery of the supermarket food. I already picked up one with this receipt inside, and I will go through that another time. But right now, I just wanted to say this is what Charles Toe would do. And I'm really over this problem, but not really, because you won't actually stop threatening me that everything I want and need is just an ask from somebody who doesn't really have anything in it, because if I don't ask them, they don't know what I want or need. They don't know the difference between what I want and what I need, and what they want and what they need. So I can roll up all these plastic bags and put them away. And then I can use them to take out the garbage. And I can clean up everything of what I do for myself by myself, but I still can't get the next delivery of food paid for ever, unless I get a job and pay out all the money I get in payroll. And that would be enough for me to get the next delivery of food, which I'm going to need before any paycheck would ever be cut from anywhere. I can afford new plastic trash bags. I can afford this garbage can. Has some trash bags with it. Like there's one in here that I'm not really using except for that one plastic knife I don't want to use anymore. It's a Dixie knife, and I'm done with it. So that's the garbage can. I can afford it with those white plastic bags that are not from the supermarket, like to carry food items and purchases out of a supermarket. But those plastic bags, you have to pay for those. And Charles Toe, he objected to that I was doing that before I met himself. Do you have trouble with authority? Because I'm not an authority. I already made the order. What do you want? Because it's already alive. All I do is alive, and I made the order. And I am the lever into alive and the lever into deceasement, or, out of formed, alive, into deceasement of all the alive. So that's why I say I'm deceased, because I do decease alive and I'm done here. That means you're illegally alive 3 years so far after I'm done. I'm done. I'm ready to decease alive. I don't need it anymore. But you're still here asking me if I know how to be myself, and what am I going to do about what I want and what I need around everybody else who announces their own wants and needs, because you don't know how to be yourselves and you think I fit right in. I don't know how to be myself. If you don't know who I am and you think I don't know how to be myself, which one is it? You don't know who I am, or you do know who I am? You think I know how to be myself and I should be someplace else? Or you think I don't know how to be myself right here? But what are you going to do about that problem, because you're still alive that way? Me, I'm deceased right here. I have a mental problem I don't want. My overlord just clicked my tongue, and then she screamed that she clicked my tongue, and she screamed it some more for about 5 seconds. To remind me, like, that she can't click the tongue completely for 5 seconds and make that sound last for 5 seconds. So she just makes me think about it, that I remember it. It's alarming. I don't like it. It was small. Maybe only I can hear it. Let's do. I don't want you to hear it, but I don't want to hear it either. No, because I don't like that memory problem, like that I remember something that was alarming, and I just remember, like it's reporting to myself that it was alarming. It would be like if the police sirens were inside of the police motor vehicles and that only the police officer knew that the police siren was going off. Do you think the police officer with the police car that's marked that says police on it, and then it's speeding through traffic, and the sirens and lights are only going on to the police officer and no one else can hear it? That's how I feel about being your God. Except I'm the only God. I'm not all those different police officers and all the different motor vehicles that are marked police in traffic somewhere over all the life of 45 years. And all the different kinds of cars, they're also different. They're black and white, but they could be like older automobile, it could be like a car, it could be an SUV, it could be a truck, and you actually don't solve that those police officers are trying to do something for their own death. You think they're out to get you. They're going to give you a speeding ticket and you don't deserve it. They're going to take you to jail when they impound your car because you are speeding too fast, or because you have a taillight that's out, or because you have damage to your car. Do you know what to do? Because I don't need that alarm anymore. I'm going to lock out all the leverage of you trying to tell me that I need to think about myself while I'm up in here. I just refuse to leave. I don't refuse to leave. I just see someplace. You don't know what that is because you're not myself and you stole so much. You don't care. If you were dropped out of a plane somewhere in the ocean between California and Hawaii, and you had to swim back to California, that's how I feel having to worry about any of you. I received a text message from Mitch Hello. He said they were out of the Sprite cranberry, spiced cranberry Sprite. They didn't have it at Smith's or wherever he placed the order. Because it looks like Kroger, but it's maybe Smith's. That looks like Kroger to me. Yeah, but it's red, so it's Smith's. Okay. Sometimes the Smith's is blue on the internet. But it should be red, yeah. So he said they're out of the Sprite cranberry. That's not a restaurant. That's a chain of supermarkets. If they are out of it, they have to go to all their other Smiths. And if they don't have it in all their other Smiths, they have to go to another supermarket and pay for it with their Smith's money. Yep, you can't just say you don't have it and give a refund because you already charged the money by that you tell somebody what is on their list of what they have at the store. So you just gave me a mental problem I'm not going to pay for, which is that I'm going to worry about if I'm going to get food again in the next delivery from somebody who doesn't want to pay for it, which is with the last name Moser, because you're still charging myself from when I was in my original house, and you don't really acknowledge the realtor took the house, and you keep charging money for the food, then I'm living someplace else. Would you, if you didn't charge, this is your leverage to charge me money for food. that I'm standing outside in the front yard of my house and trespassing because I actually was born there. I really arrived in that house, and I just stay in the front lawn to tell everyone that's where I arrived and I don't have anywhere to go. It's trespassing everywhere else. And you would never bring me restaurant food to eat there. I was already hungry because I was in the debt of having lived in that house from years 1980 through 1989. I'm in the year 2025. I'm not really digging back past before I was born. I'm telling you that I was alive between 1980 and 1989 in that house, and I'm still alive in this body here now. And you're still charging me food money for, I don't know why. I'm not in the original house. It's out. You want me out of another house? I'm out of another house as well. What do you just want to know that I don't have what I need? I'm deceased. What else do you want to know? I don't have what I need. I'm deceased, and I'm still here. I'm deceased to be out of the formed world by now. You wouldn't be seeing me anymore. I don't have what I need. Well, you don't acknowledge yourself. Is everybody still paying the cashiers because you're not shoplifters? Do you tell the cashiers what your reasons are for giving them money and you're not a bank teller? Because all the cashiers are charging. None of this is not paid for. I can pay for it because I don't know you. But you pay for things is really not paid for here because I'm not in my original house. You don't know who I am. You think it doesn't matter. You're full of yourself. I'm deceased right here. I have absolutely nothing in it anymore. This bag has holes in it. Can I send this back to the Smiths because the bag has holes in it? Not with the one who brought the bag. That's how the holes got there. Somebody from the Smiths needs to come and see if everything's okay from the previous delivery. Because so far you're still checking as to whether or not I'm going to need something like another delivery in the future, maybe in 10 days from now or so. Who is going to take care of this bag has a hole in it? You don't care because it's just a plastic bag that doesn't have a price on it? What if it had a price? What would you do about this hole? Well, somebody brought the food here and dropped it here, delivered it here and dropped it off. And they did this. I didn't do this. Now, how do you want me to pay for this? You want me to store it for them? Should I just use it for garbage? But it goes like right through the hole. You've eliminated that I can use this bag for garbage because this hole was right here already. What do you want me to do with the bag? Because this is Supreme. This is how you treat Supreme. This is how you get a lot of damages on your property because you don't understand these small problems. Well, I'm going to throw it out for me, but I'm leaving this message for Smiths that you didn't take care of this bag and it's too late. By the time you see the video, it's already too late. Okay, this bag has a bigger hole. Right there. It's a tear, I guess you could say. My mom used to bring supermarket food into the house in brown bags, paper bags. Yeah, these are plastic. Okay, this is another hole. I can afford to throw this one out too. Yeah. I'm using a supermarket bag that's already in the trash can, in the garbage can, to throw out those plastic bags with the damage on them from this delivery. I'm using a previous delivery's plastic bag that was already in the garbage can to take that out to the dumpster when I go. And the Smith doesn't have that paid for because they are the ones who are the supermarket. They supervise that there are foods in the market and that I can get them when I need them. But you're supervising the population of strangers at the same time, and I think you are really reckless with my life. You don't know where this is going, but I do. This is another hole in the plastic bag. Is there another one back here? No, that's the light. Okay, I can see the light through the back of the plastic bag, and the hole is, the tear is in the front. So I'll just throw this out as well because the garbage would come right out of here. The trash, yeah, the trash. Okay, I'm gonna keep the rest of the bags. I haven't looked at them yet to see if they have a hole or not. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna keep them because I still need to throw out that I am not using the toilet to have the bowel movement. I do that right in the bathtub, and then I put it in food packaging and maybe plastic bag if I have enough. But I've been using food packaging because I don't have enough plastic bags to take out the food packaging disposal and then also the bowel movement. Well, I'm not using a toilet for you and your need for. Do you know you have somebody off your toilet leverage? Are you even counting you have a toilet? Do you dust it and clean it? Do you use it? Do you poop in it or do you urinate in the toilet? Does your dog go in a toilet? Because I've seen that on YouTube. I've seen somebody put a grill over the toilet, and I saw a. What kind of dog was that? A boxer? Hold on. It's a one of Lady Gaga's kind of dog, like that. Something small like that. A French bulldog. Okay, a small French bulldog, but a small one. It climbed up some stairs, scurried up the stairs, and then it stood over a grill over the toilet, and it urinated right through the grill into the toilet, and then it went down and it left its dog urine in the toilet. Yeah, I'm just letting you know, I'm not toileting. It's in your leverage. It's you and the French bulldog at this time. I am somebody who has, in other Godhead genitals on the Godhead, used a latrine. And I don't afford the toilet mentally, myself, personally, individually. The toilet doesn't work for me. If it's an emergency, I will use it. Like if I don't have a choice, yeah, but I need a latrine, yeah. What's a latrine? Well, what about a commode? You know what a commode is? Anybody heard of the Commodores? Yeah. I don't use a commode. That's deceased the wrong way. That's a toilet deceased the wrong way. But a latrine would be if there was no like sitting on it. You don't sit on it. You just stand and it's a latrine. And you have to take a shower immediately when you use a latrine. So, but I go multiple times a day, more than it's worth to use a latrine. I can't use a latrine here because I urinate too much. Frequent urination. Oh, this kind of hole again. Yep, I'm gonna save this one and threaten myself that it's in the pile. Yep, this one I'm gonna save. It's in the pile. I'm a touch depressed because the supermarket is not offering me anything but that they think I shoplifted the food. They want to give it to the address. Are you homeless? You don't want to give food to this address. I'm not really here. You need to do things for me because I'm homeless. I've been through a lot. That's an understatement. Okay, I don't have that quite right. Yeah, I need some place to put these sponges. Maybe here. Okay, how about that? It's not really clean. They were in a plastic that I had to use for a bowel movement. Yep, I put a bowel movement in the plastic that these sponges came in. And it's gone. It's long gone. The pickup for the dumpster already happened. So what's left here? Okay, the soup mixes are here. I want these soup mixes, but they are not cooked yet, so I have to cook them. I will do that for myself, but I will not do that for the supermarket. Won't send someone to cook the food. Yes, according to the supermarket, I have a full-time job. I pay the transaction to the supermarket. I bring all the food back to here myself in a car that I park. And then I bring everything in from the car to the inside here. And I cook for myself and I eat. And I don't know. I come back to the supermarket when I run out of food and I do it all over again. And that's you not understanding what money is. No, you just don't know you don't know who you're messing with. I just don't know how to tell you. That is not how to be alive in this world. No, you're wrong to me, and I won't ever help you with that. You're wrong to yourself. Okay, so this is tomato paste right here. I got more, which I can use, but I didn't really ask for it, but I will use it this time. What I didn't use from the previous delivery is this butternut squash soup and these rainbow twirls. I did not use them, but they're here. I have these sauces are heavy and I don't want them on this plastic shelf because it's glass. I don't want it to drop and break. I can't afford to clean anything up here. If one of these glass jars drops on the floor and breaks, I need to move out. And I mean, just walk out and never come back. So that's how I'm going to threaten myself about that. Okay, so this is a receipt. I did not actually pay the transaction myself. Your cashier was Jordan. I don't know who that is. I wasn't at the Smiths. Nope, I don't actually have the car that paid for this. Fresh value customer, so that's somebody's card that's not mine. It's a club card for Smiths, and it's not mine. I didn't pay for it that way. Fresh value savings, total savings, annual card savings, and that's somebody's card. Yeah. Today you saved, well, it says this on the receipt. This is wrong in the order. Today you saved $40.89. That's wrong in the order because I wasn't even there. No. Somebody's you. I'm reading it you to myself. Today you saved me to myself, $40.89. Nope, it's not alive that way for me. The pesto is illegal. Barilla vegan pesto or VGN pesto. Let me say it that way. Yeah. Okay, I got the Magnum bars. Yeah, those are in the freezer. You want to see them? Yeah, those are something to look forward to. These are the Magnum bars. I'll turn them all the same way. Oh, raspberry, that'll be nice to try that. Okay. I'm sorry. To myself here. Okay, these have to go back down. I have to move them this way again. I'm trying to make them all neat and even. Everything's neat and even. Okay. And the fries, the French fries, those are from today as well. Back there. So I need something to drink. The kefir is open. When open, use within 10 days. Is it that problem? Well, let me take it out. I don't need this for hunger at the moment. I need it for something cool to drink. Okay, my feet are wrong here. I have to go back and get the water. It's not cold and I like it cold, so I'll just leave it in here to get cold. So this is the receipt. What to do with this receipt? Because I need another delivery, I don't actually need this receipt to show that everything that was paid for is here. This is everything that was paid for. Is it all here? I don't know, because I didn't shop it myself. And when I unpacked the bags, I did not count everything. And I already put it away. For example, the ice cream bars, I put those away right away because they're not supposed to melt. Yeah. So they're in the freezer and they're frozen. So I don't have any extra time on the ice cream bars to look at the receipt before they're in the freezer. So there are 3 boxes of them. They're chocolate, so I can count them. There are 3 boxes. What does the receipt say? 3 boxes. Yep, 3 boxes. Well, I am helpless here. I don't have someone to worry about me for me anymore. I think this is the order that I made, but you are supposed to make optional excellent motions because I have some optional boyfriends who need a little grace out of you before they go all the way out of form. And then we go back to the God who needed to be put in genitals and find out why he was an elated sex offender in public. He can only hear me if he's in genitals. Other than that, he cannot see me because he's not nice. Are you trying to treat me like I'm an applicant to be in your creator and I'm already in genitals? You don't like the way I'm in genitals, and that's very interesting because it doesn't really change. I'm in genitals and I have a head with my genitals. You don't have to say that. Has anybody heard somebody with a penis say that the tip of their penis is the head? I've been molested that way and I don't have a penis. But now I have to say, when I have a head, it goes with my genitals. Yeah, but not like I have a penis with the head on the penis. That's because your penis is illegal. You do have something illegal. Somebody's head illegally died in your penis, if you hear that. If you hear somebody say the head of their penis, that's because somebody died right there about your penis, because illegal. I need to go back to where I was standing before, because this is gonna die. Somebody just left me with this problem that I need something to drink on the same video as I put everything away because I'm still alive up in here. Okay, there's something else I didn't show on the camera. I didn't put this away yet. Is there room now? Well, there's soup mix over here. I didn't order the cheddar broccoli this time, but I asked for Knorr, K-N-O-R-R soups, and they are a little hungry, so I need a balance in between the Knorr, which is a little hungry, and the Bear Creek Country Kitchens, which I don't know. It depends on if I can get them to taste good. Okay, this is a new tomato paste. Goes right there. I'm storing a little extra tomato paste, but it's nice. I like it. More plastic bags. I just touched myself on the breast. I don't really care for that. You are molesting me, that you won't do this for me because I don't like you. I don't like you. You need to be in prison. All of you. Everybody. I'm deceased and I'm waiting for the end of the formed world. And I am done with you. I can finally say that you're due in prison. I elsewhere didn't have the leverage, and you just ignore me, and you don't know how much leverage it takes for me to say that I think you belong in prison. It's so much leverage you can't afford to hear it. And you can't afford to be in public and wondering what you're even doing in public, ever. If you're meant to be in prison, why aren't you just born there? Yeah, why not? So if somebody told you to get out, do you have to do something wrong really fast and sit around and wait for God to create yourself? I don't suggest that. I am saying you belong in prison. How do you want me to talk about anything that I have seen or heard in my whole life if I can't tell you that you need to be in prison so that I don't have to answer your questions because you're still standing there? Yeah, you have to do something wrong really fast and then you wait for God to create yourself. I want nothing to do with that. I'm deceased right here. Silence by Khalid or Khalid, Khalid. He sings the song Talk, and then he sings the song Silence. Yeah, there's somebody named Marshmallow who's not singing. Just wanted to mention that. So I sent copies of the shopping list, and then revisions of the shopping list, and then a final shopping list. I sent that about 13 times to get this delivery, and I was angry. And I was wondering if the supermarket knows about that I was doing that, because the supermarket, what are they going to say, that they don't know anything about that? Okay, I don't know how to set this. There's that down there, and then there's this right here, and that's, I think it should all be together. So where do I set it all together? Down here, maybe. But this stays in the box, but it's heavy. This shelf is, I think it's full. Okay. Okay, now that doesn't all go together either. This was in here before, and I think it doesn't fit right there, but the pesto's not the same. I'm risking dropping something right now. I know it doesn't like to be moved, but it's been moved. Okay, what about that? Okay, I'm gonna move it again. Does anybody else have this problem? See that hair right there? What makes you think that's my hair? Yeah, it better not be somebody else's hair. That's what I keep telling myself about when I find hair around the apartment. If I don't see it come out of my head in a comb, why is it there? Because I would sure like to stop finding everything unsanitary around here. Okay, I have asthma. That's a lot. I can put this in the fridge, but it's not open yet. Yeah, it's not open yet. Okay, tomato paste and pesto. We'll keep that together. I can really leave this as it was, yeah. Okay. I wonder if that soup mix uses tomato paste. Wow, I hope it does, because I have extra. This is new. I've not used this before. Okay, let me read the bag. Okay, this is going where? Because I know it's going to be in the fridge when I open it and use it, but it's still not open yet. So where does it go? This ketchup is from Charles Toe, and that's Charles Toe's fly. Yep, see, it's alive. You need to die. I don't support flies. Yes, okay, let's remember the landlord. Peachtree Apartments. I told the landlord there are a lot of cockroaches in the apartment, a lot of little ones all over the walls. And the landlord said, well, you have to kill the cockroaches and put them out, because if it doesn't pay rent, it has to get out. I was wondering if the landlord knows he was collecting rent, and he's a senior citizen, and he's not really due to be a landlord that way, is he? But that's what he said about the cockroaches. Yeah, but I have a worse problem than that. Getting a key. Either Charles Toe got a key or I got a key, but we didn't both get keys. We don't know why, because we don't have the same last name and we don't know each other. We clearly don't. Has anybody seen Charles Toe? Yeah, I haven't seen him either. That's how I don't want none of your time. Ketchup and rust. The delivery from supermarket left this here, and it's not a supermarket that way. It's a supermarket if it supervises that there is this kind of thing. I don't really want you in here unless you know what to do. You have to know how to pay out a key to someplace else, because this is not habitable anymore. What's wrong with you is you're all illegal life shunts and you're doing prisons on that point. Yep, you are. I know you want me to go to prison for everything I say that was elsewhere's true. You wanted to put me in prison when I was a 3.5-year-old sized godhead. Yep. Well, I'm 48 years old, and as soon as I am in the prison, what are you going to do? Because that's off with the genitals the wrong way. You're trying to put me in prison for who I am and what I am and where I am and everything I say and everything I do. You think I don't know how to be myself and I should be in prison. And then you don't know what to do with your genitals after that, because they come right off. But you would never take a knife to your genitals and cut them off yourself in public, would you? No, but you're rapists, and that's permitted. Sure it is. Who's Charles Toe? Anybody seen Charles Toe? If you're not permitted to take a kitchen knife and cut off your own genitals so that you don't tell the Godhead that you need to put it in prison, and then it's off with your genitals the wrong way. Yep. Why are you allowed to be sex offenders in public? I totally don't know you. I don't. I'm not your friend. Be nice, Becky. Be nice, Rebecca. Nope, because I'm not your friend. I don't like you. I don't like you because you belong in prison. I'm not a singer on the radio that says I don't like you. And I don't hold alive of myself, and I'm not deceased. I am deceased. I am deceased does not like you. Where are you going? If I'm deceased, where are you going? If you're not in prison or you're not on your way there, where are you going? You want to help me with this? I'm thinking of all the videos I'm going to make about all the food that was just delivered. Look at all the soups right here. I'm saying it right now. All this was delivered today. All the Bear Creek Country Kitchen soups were delivered today. All the videos I'm going to make about these soups. Let's just talk about them now. Yep, I'm done. I want to go to sleep and never wake up. When I am myself again, I want to be in a new Godhead with no sans genitals. No genitals from your point of view, sans, S-A-N-S, sans genitals from my point of view. Yes, I'm ready. Say goodbye, Becky. Say goodbye. Well, I would like to set down this ketchup someplace where it's not too heavy. Well, friend, I asked for some French fries, and I got one pack of frozen French fries back there. Just the one. And then they gave me all that ketchup. So they want me to ask for more French fries for all that ketchup. That's you not being prepared. I'm not parking a car right now for I don't know what reason. I don't have full height, so I would not drive this way, but anyhow, let's see. Yes, my driver's license. I turned it in advance. Somebody tell the DMV. Yeah, I turned in my driver's license in the year 2006, and it's the year 2025, and I'm not tall enough to drive the car. I didn't pass my driver's test at this height. Yeah, so I have to turn in the driver's license for that. My height is not 5 feet 6 inches tall anymore. It's maybe 5 feet 3 inches tall, which might be tall enough for somebody to drive a car, but not me because I wasn't old enough. So I am too old now to be the height that I am right now, which is maybe about 5 feet 3 inches tall, but my head is enlarged, and I don't know how to measure that. This says tomato powder. I was wondering if you could optionally add tomato paste. Because I have extra. Classic vegetable soup. Wow, is this really loving and nice? Yes, I didn't ask for this, but I got something extra, and I want to say thank God so far. But I really shouldn't say that until I've cooked it, and if I've tasted it, then I want to say thank God. But I just want to say I'm hopeful. Yeah, so thank God so far. I'm hopeful. There's a last name here. Okay, Bob, Moene. Let me continue. Yeah. Makes 4 servings. Oh, good. And it has something he can't afford. Oh, what it can't afford. Okay, see, this is a Hupina Senior. He can't afford resealable package with the Ziploc right here. Yep, once this is across, tear here to open. Oh, okay. Yes, there's another notch here, but you can tear here to open. Tear it across. Resealable package right here. Yes, that is something I can afford, but this Hupinus, you don't afford that. That's why you look like that. Yeah. Howard Tate, I would like you to know, this man is off his parents' money. And he has glasses, and he has gray facial hair. He's off his parents' money, and his head is long, elongated this way. And he's wearing a hat, and he is promoting God's soup mix. Well, what I really need to know is maybe Red Mill. What about Red Mill? It's not Red Mill soup mix without it being Bob's Red Mill soup mix. And then this is a who penis. You have a penis, you don't have a dong. Bob for a dong genital. For Robert, Robbie. What about Robin? You don't ever say Bob about Robin. Okay, so Robert, Bob. You have a dong genital in the name. And then this who penis has a penis, not a dong genital. And his head is on the money right here. Yeah, your head is on the money. He's got a signature possibly. But we don't know because I didn't see you sign it. That's the signature. And I did not watch this who penis sign it. And his head is cut off right here at nearing the shoulders. It's like a bust. You can't see his shoulder go down to his right hand and that he's signed. His right hand is cut off here. I want to say it's Bob Monroe, okay? But I'm going to look at the letters. It's M-O-E-N-E or M-O-O-N-E, like moon. No, it's not moon. It's, what about R? It could be an R in there. That says Bob. That says Bob. And since you're the only one here, you must be Bob. I would like to bring up Kelly Bartkus and my parents. Because my parents went out of town in an emergency to be at Noah Ricken's house and never come back to my house. And Kelly Bartkus is at my house and she made soup for me. And you don't come around my house and pull my fork to make yourself feel better that you're not completely homeless because you don't fight with Noah Ricken about his being driven over to a martial arts school to learn something called Taekwondo, kicking and punching and what he calls sparring with somebody else. Because he was fired up angry that he is not going to fuck up my life. You better not be Bob Ricken. You're not Bob Ricken. You're Bob M something something N-E or R-E. The signature, is this somebody telling you to sign it? Because if you're coerced, is this a coerced signature? My signature is coerced. I'm not here unless somebody coerced my signature. Yeah. If it says Charles Toe on the YouTube account, you know my signature's been coerced. So are you really Bob? Let's say he's Bob. Maybe that's fair. Yeah, but you don't have a dong genital. You have a penis. You coerced your godhead just by having your head right here on the money. Yeah. So, Kelly Bartkus, you're not going to cook this soup for me. You're just going to pull my fork, and what else are you going to do? Are you having trouble getting Becky to go along with your little problem? With Noah, Rickon had an outburst. This is my address. That's an outburst in school. You don't do that with a classroom bell. If you hear this school bell and you change classrooms on time, you don't whip out a pen and paper and give somebody a house address. Noah, Rickon, why don't you pick a fight with someone your own size, like somebody in your own creator, because you're a piece of God that's in genitals. And you want to have sex with me because you think that I am arrogant, that I had a surgery and died in front of a surgeon, and now I'm fair game. I can be raped and ruined by anyone, even though I went back to playing tennis 6 months later. Yes, I did. But you stole my tennis racket finally with this person named Charles Toe, who's running this YouTube account for me. Thank you, because it's better than nothing. I could go into a cell phone store with all the cell phones in the store and walk out empty-handed. And Charles Toe let me use this cell phone to put things on YouTube so that I could be deceased. That's so funny that you would let him do that. You wouldn't maul him in public. You wouldn't put him in prison. You wouldn't run him over with a car when he's in a crosswalk. You let him give me a YouTube account, and then you leave comments about how you don't like me because I'm not off my parents' money and I'm not a harassment to you like this person named Bob. He's not a harassment to you, is he? What about now? Are you still going to leave a comment for me? He's not a harassment to you because you can't tell him anything. His ears, there's one ear right there. His ears can't hear you. His eyes don't see you. He's harassing God right now, but not precious you, whipping out your fingers. And you're going to touch something, a comment on YouTube about this video. Kelly Bartkus, you want me to take care of one of your problems for you? I just did. I disclosed myself as deceased. Oh, you didn't hear it because you're not holding alive right now? I will find the God who needed to be in your genitals, and I will deliver the message personally. What I think about you cooking soup for me. You're just so forgiving. You want me to find you in a prison? I can't. I'm deceased. I'm not going to find you in a prison. I'm not going to prison for you either, Kelly Bartkus. You ruined my little girl life. Were you born yesterday and you needed to get out of my house? You weren't born in my house. Nobody's born in my house except me. You just have to do something wrong really fast and threaten the creation of yourself that you don't know how to be yourself. You could have done that elsewhere. You should have hacked Noah Rickon to death because he killed creation. I don't need any help from you. If I'm old enough to have a boyfriend named Noah Rickon, I'm old enough that I don't have a house sitter named Kelly Bartkus. Get out of my way! I am coming! This is my happy cow. Look how happy he is. Yeah, that's my happy cow. Why'd you molest me in the genitals? And tell me not to shout at you. This is my happy cow right here. He's happy because I'm me. Yeah. When I was outside earlier about the food delivery, I was standing around and stepping on feathers, like bird feathers. Yeah, maybe pigeon feathers, but I didn't see it fall out of a pigeon, you know. And I want to take a shower for that reason. And I'm not there yet. I still don't have it paid for to take a shower for that reason. Because right now I just take a shower for God when I have a bowel movement. Yeah. But I want to take a shower because of the feathers that I was stepping on, standing around. They were underfoot, under my feet, and my robe. It's not pants; it's a robe, like a dress, And I need my legs like soaped and washed with very warm water from a shower. It's the plumber's water, He can turn the water on, and he did turn the water on. So I have to be really careful about the plumber's water and use it only in an emergency. So the rest of the water I save for God and for the plumber. He's God's plumber, and even God wouldn't fix the water. He would call the plumber. So I was thinking of the plumber today. I looked for Amazon.com a shower head that costs like about $20 to be payment and maybe shipped here. I don't know if there's shipping charges. I was thinking of doing that for the plumber, a new shower head to go with that he put in a new fixture down below. Like you have to pull the pin out for it to come out the shower head, but the shower head is still the older shower head. It's not the original shower head, but it's an old one. Yeah. So I was thinking of him today, again, for that reason. Well, thank God.